Like a lot of people ask, just in what we do in entertainment on the internet or whatever, you know, it looks easy.
Oh my gosh.
It looks easy to a lot of people. And like it's literally, I have anxiety because of this, like because of this stuff, because I'm like always thinking, like, oh my gosh, I need to get something. I don't want, you know, because you get that when you're doing this all the time, you get that thing in your mind where like, are people gonna forget about me if I don't upload for a day or something? Yeah. And it's a horrible way to think. It's horrible. And so I try not to do that, but it's just like I remember when I was living in Missouri. I just got back from Alaska, and when you know everybody like I thought Alaska was like, oh yeah, you go up there, you fish, and you make a lot of money. And you know people, I saw people like the show Deadliest Catch just came out when I went up there, and everybody was talking about like these people, you know, they work for 2 months and they get paid like 50 grand. Right. For like 2 months, so I was thinking it was gonna be like that, right? Yeah. Young and dumb, and I just moved to Alaska, and I come back, and I got paid 3 grand for 3.5 months up there the first time, and then I went up again and did some other stuff. But then like the second year, I went up for salmon season, which you know was good money, and I made like the same for even longer. Could have made more working at McDonald's, you know what I mean? And came back home, moved to Missouri. Because I had some buddies out there and we were gonna, you know, I was just chasing the YouTube thing because I just kept, you know, seeing more people making money. And I was like, I'm gonna do this. Like I know I could do this, you know. But I remember I was going to get a maintenance job because I had like a background in maintenance, and I remember going to this job interview, and it was the worst. Like I lived in a tiny town in the middle of Missouri called Eldon. And it was like the worst. Like I was like, I'm gonna get this job. I just know it, and it's gonna be the worst time of my life. Dang. And I'm not gonna be able to do anything. Like I've got to fix like old people's, you know, like plumbing and all this crap. And I made the conscious decision that I'm just going to take the risk and just be broke for a while and just, you know, video my ass off pretty much.
What year was that?
That was 2011. Yeah. It was 2011 because I just got back from Alaska, and I remember being like...
How many subscribers do you have then?
Not even 100,000.
Oh.
Not even 100,000.
Dang.
I had probably 70,000 or something like that, and which is, you know, well, maybe less. Honestly, it might have been less. I can't really exactly remember, but I remember I wasn't huge, but I was like, I know the ways to do this, and I found... Merchandise is a big thing for a lot of people. Like I tell you, everybody to make merchandise because when you're not making money on YouTube, you know, you can obviously push that, and if you make cool stuff, people want to buy it, you know. Right. And without, you know, killing people on prices and stuff, right? Yep. And so I basically was like, I had a merchandise guy, and he made these shirts for me. And I remember this was like the turning point where I said, I've got to make this work, or I'm literally going to die because I'm going to go hungry. I was in a tiny apartment that I was paying $13 a month because the guy liked me, and I was doing some wrestling stuff for him, and they were like, well, we know this guy, so we'll give you a deal. $13 a month. I had like a crack.
What do you mean you were doing some wrestling stuff for him?
Dude,
you gotta expand on that.
Dude, some wrestling stuff?
Like you were like entertaining him, like you like wrestle random animals in the evening.
I wasn't wrestling him. I was just I was
training his son or something.
No. There was a school. So why I moved down there was there was a couple buddies and I. We were gonna be you know doing some video stuff and trying to make the YouTube thing work. But there was also a wrestling school there, and so we were just you know like I wrestled in high school and stuff like that. So we were doing a lot of that stuff. And then they also did. You remember Harley Race back from the Ric Flair days? No. Harley Race is like legends of like pro wrestling, right? And he had a school like right next to that town, and so we did some of that stuff as well. And it wasn't like you know I did it for a little bit and I was just like you know whatever. I kind of just did it because I was like okay I'm gonna get $13 in rent. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like $13, bro. $13 a month. Can you believe that?
No, that's crazy.
And I remember being like I don't have to worry about rent really, but I had no truck. Because my truck was like broke down. I bought it in Colorado for $900 and then drove it all the way here barely. Had no headers. Or it was open headers, so it was just so loud. It pissed everybody off. Transmission went out. And I remember I had 5 t-shirts left. I had no groceries. I remember I had like, I was living off bologna pretty much, right? Yeah. And And I remember I had 5 t-shirts left. And this is back when I had, like, everything was set up through PayPal, and my website was just insane. And I posted a video. I called it "Don't Watch This," and I just pushed the t-shirts. Like, I tried to do some, like, funny little skit, and then I just pushed the t-shirts, like 5 t-shirts, because I was like, I need at the time it was like it went right into my bank account. I had like one of those PayPal cards.
Yep.
Just went right into it, or I could use the PayPal card. And those 5 t-shirts sold. I made, like, you know, $100 or whatever. I went to the store, like, got, like, the cheapest food I could get to where I could, like, live for like a week, you know.
Yeah.
And then during that week, I was just like, I can't do this. Like, I gotta like hype it up. I gotta legitimately, like, do a whole bunch of stuff. So I started just because I mean, back in the day, people weren't uploading every day. And then I started, like, I gotta just push out content like crazy. I started doing that, and slowly but surely it started to, you know, ramp up a little bit and whatever. But it was like, you know, it's hard. So what my whole point was like, a lot of people think this is easy stuff. It's not.
Yeah.
And, you know, when they get into it, it's hard. And especially now. It's even harder now.
Right.
Because there's so many people doing it.
Oh, yeah.
Especially with...
So loud.
Oh, it's...
You know, and you might agree, but, like, on the other hand, like, there are so many people, and that's challenging. But I kind of like it, though, because, you know, the cream will rise to the top.
That's exactly what my point was. I was going to say the people that... that's the cream will rise to the top, but it's like the people that are the most passionate, and people can see that. You know what I mean? Like, they don't want to watch somebody who's just depressed and, you know, playing video games. I mean, I know there's some people out there that do watch that stuff, but it's like when you know somebody that loves what they do, and there could be somebody that watches you from this or whatever. Right. They might even know anything about rodeo, and then in a year they're going to be riding a bull. You know what I mean? Because they like the enthusiasm. They like, you know, they like all that stuff. So what my point of everything was is just, you got to make sure you love what you do, and because people are gonna recognize that, and it's gonna, you know, and they're gonna subscribe, and they're gonna buy some merch, or they're gonna go see you at a meet and greet, they're gonna come see you at a rodeo or whatever, you know, and that's how it through passion, everything will grow.